Alright, fellow hunters, time to take a look at the final episode of the day, which is 2 Minutes to Midnight. Inside interior Bobby's house, Dean finds out about Sam's proposal to give Lucifer permission to use his as a vessel, take back control, and jump into the cage. In the midst of their disputes, Dean receives a phone call from Castiel, temporarily pausing the discussion. In their conversation, Castiel reveals that following his actions in California, he has effectively become mortal. Castiel apologized for doubting Dean and assuming that he was going to consent to Michael. Dean and Sam traveled to Serenity Valley Convalescent Home in the Apollo in search of Pestilence. Dr. Green returns to Serenity Valley Convalescent Home in Davenport, Iowa, claiming his activities were quite productive to Celeste. She offers him will cure her, and Dr. Green openly admits that he's not going to cure her condition. Instead, he inflicts multiple diseases on her and she dies, coughing up green slime. Dean and Sam continue traveling through the facility and searching for Pestilence. As they pass a room, the demonic nurse senses their presence and reports to Pestilence. In their discussion, Pestilence activates his ring, inflicting pain and sickness on doctors, nurses, and patients. As they get closer to the Horsemen, the two become sick and their sickness greatly escalates as they get closer to Pestilence. Once they reach him, they both faint and are dragged in by the demon assistant. They quickly awaken and Pestilence converses with them. He's about to kill them when Castiel appears, quickly claiming that she's transported here by a bus before he starts to come to Pestilence's power. The Horseman immediately acknowledges that Castiel isn't a full angel anymore, and stops Castiel for falling ill as well. In desperation to defeat the Horseman, Castiel cuts off Pestilence's ring finger, separating him from his ring, effectively disabling his capabilities. The demon charges at Castiel and is killed with Ruby's knife. Pestilence warns him that it's too late and vanishes. Dean and Castiel return to Bobby's house with Pestilence's ring. Bobby realizes that Chicago is about to be blown off the map by death. The Questionrate got that information, forcing Crowley to appear at his request, reveals Bobby that he sold his soul for Death's location. Sam asks Bobby to kiss Crowley, which he denies, but Crowley gives a photo of the act taken by his phone to them. Sam and Dean look at the phone as Bobby asks about the picture, as Crowley asks about him using tongue as the Winchesters look at him in curiosity. The outsider demands Crowley to return his soul deal. Crowley says he's keeping it for insurance, as the brothers are hunters, and the corporation may jeopardize himself any time. Later, outside the house, Sam was up to Dean regarding the issue of sacrificing Sam to Lucifer. Dean, Sam, and Crowley discuss matters concerning the swine flu. In Chicago, Illinois, Dean exits his automobile and ambulates on the sidewalk, killing a man. In Chicago, Illinois, Death exits his automobile and ambulates on the sidewalk, killing a man who really brushed past him. The song "Oh Death" can be heard in the background, heralding his arrival. Back at Bobby's salvage yard, Sam, Castiel, and Bobby depart to stop a virus outbreak, while Dean and Crowley go to locate Death and stop him at Stronghold State. Before leaving, Crowley also gave Bobby back the use of his legs in the deal which allows the latter to walk again, which lights him and the boys. In the van, Castiel contemplates Sam's plan to consent to Lucifer's vessel, then jump in Lucifer's cage while hosting him. Castiel reveals that Lucifer's older brother Michael has found as using another vessel, Adam Milligan, Dean and Sam's half-brother. Castiel also reveals that if Sam sends to Lucifer and fails, that the fight between two archangels will occur and will have destructive collateral effects. Castiel also informs Sam that in order for him to successfully contain Lucifer, he would need to consume a very large amount of demon blood, as it strengthens the vessel. At the distribution center, they notice that demons are loading the vaccine into the market. They enter the market and dispatch many chromatone-infected people. In the search for Last Horseman, Dean and Crowley travel to a location where Crowley believes Death is present, as he sees many reapers surrounding the vicinity, but Crowley bashfully admits that he was mistaken in his assumption. In Chicago, Illinois, Crowley finally locates Death and Dean goes in to meet him. Back in the market, Sam saves more people, releasing them. Sam is brought to the ground and is caught off guard by a zombie. Castiel intervenes and shoots its head, killing it. At the pizzeria, Dean approaches Death with Death's scythe, but as he gets closer to Horseman, the handle burns hot and he drops it. He tries to pick it up but disappeared and reappears in Death's possession, and Dean, on Death's request, joins him in eating. Death mentions that he is very old and also states that compared to him, the universe and Earth are barely out of their diapers. Death revealed Death reveals that he is as old or older than God, as neither of them can remember anymore. He also claims that in the end, God himself will die and he will rape him, much to Dean's shock as he realizes he's in over his head. Death tells Dean that he became bound to Lucifer following his rising, and says he will go as far as loaning Dean his ring so that he can trap Lucifer in his cage, even if Sam is hosting him at the time. Dean agrees to this and Death gives him his ring. Back at Bobby's house, Dean tests the rings, activating them, forcing them to conjoin, forming the key to Lucifer's cage. In a conversation, Bobby asks Dean if he's more afraid of losing the war or losing his brother. So anyway, let's take a look at some continuity surrounding this episode. Castiel previously appeared in Point of No Return. He has lost his powers and is now effectively human. Sam Dean's half-brother Adam Milligan has become the vessel of Michael after the latter took him in Point of No Return. Death was released by Lucifer and abandoned all hope. After spending most of the season in a wheelchair, Bobby Singer is finally able to walk again, thanks to the deal he made with Crowley. Crowley mentions Brady, who was last seen in the previous episode. Pestilence last appeared in Hammer of the Gods. And now finally, let's take a look at some trivia from this episode. This episode's title is reference to the song of the same name. The convalescent home is named Serenity Valley, which is a battle for Firefly. Malcolm Reynolds of the Browncoats lost the War of Independence at Serenity Valley. Also, the actor for Crowley, Mark Shepard, played the character Badger on the show Firefly. Badger, during his first appearance of Firefly, reminds Captain Reynolds of the Battle of Serenity Valley. Dean asks for his Nana at the nursing home, saying her name is Eunice Kennedy. This is now to Eunice Kennedy Shriver, philanthropist and sister to President and Senator John F. Kennedy. Kessler references materializing on a fishing boat outside of Delacroix, Louisiana. This reference to Bob Dylan's song Tangled Up in Blue, which contains the lyrics, "So I drifted down to New Orleans, where I happened to be employed, working for a while in a fishing boat right outside Delacroix." The song itself deals with the fallout from past decisions, a major theme on the show. Dylan's song Knocking on Heaven's Door has previously appeared in the episodes Houses of the Holy and The Dark Side of the Moon. Like Led Zeppelin, Dylan has recorded versions of In My Time of Dying When the Levee Breaks, also the names of previous episodes. The majority of the episode takes place in Chicago, Illinois. Dean's line, "So this is Dr. Evil's lair, huh?" when surveying the Serenity Valley Convalescent Home is a reference to the character from the Austin Powers movie series. Crowley's line, "So I guess we better stock up on, well, everything. By the time next Thursday, we'll be living in Zombieland." It's a reference to the 2009 movie of the same name. Casper was used a speck of his remaining super strength to hold down Pestilence's hand and cut off his ring finger. IMDb lists Pestilence's assistant as Palamonio. Death makes reference to being there when God created the first bacteria at the time the first organism experienced death. Ooh, that's kind of creepy. So this episode is kind of interesting, and yeah, it's a good thing that Bobby has the use of his legs back again, so that's good. So, yay! So overall, I give 2 Minutes to Midnight 4 Impalas out of 5. But anyway, tune in more as we take the final episode of Season 5, Swan Song. So, until then, carry on, my wayward sons and daughters.